Good morning, everyone. We're back at the thrift store. It's been so incredibly, like, not that hot in Arizona. It's hot. It's hot, but for us, it's not that hot. So today, I think it was like, let me see what the temperature is right now. 87 degrees in July. That's like unheard of. Amazing. So I was like, you know what? Getting in and out of the car, like going thrift to thrift, this is the perfect day since it's not that hot. So that's what we're doing. We're going thrifting. Hopefully we find some treasures. I'm hitting up 3 of my like go-tos, and then I'm gonna go to Call It New, which I've taken you guys there a ton. It's a thrift store slash antique store. Actually, it's a consignment store. I would say it's in between, like price-wise. You have the antiques. Those are kind of on par with antiques. But the consignment up front is in between like thrifting and antiquing. A little bit more expensive than thrifting, but not quite as expensive as the antique store. So I like to go there too, but I haven't been in a while. So I thought, you know what? We should go today. But they don't open for a little bit, so we might as well hit up these as well. So let's get in here. Let's see if we can find any treasures. This is a good find, but I feel like the price is just way too high, so I think I'm gonna leave it behind and hope I find another, but that is really pretty with the feet. These are actually quite interesting. I do think they're silver plated. You can kind of tell by the tarnish. These are actually kind of cool, especially for like the holidays. Okay, I kind of like those. Oh, that's definitely a silver piece back there, but you can tell it's actually not a good plate because of the corners being all chipped off. Yeah, no, that one's not a good one. This is a cute little nautical cup or vase. Okay, not so much for silver today. Stuff like this is super tempting, but I'm not obsessed with the details, so I'm gonna leave it behind. I've been wanting one of these for so long, but this is stainless, I could tell, and I definitely want silver, so I'm leaving this one behind too. This is gorgeous, $30. I know some of you are going to be so mad at me for not getting this, and this is definitely a more polished version of my style, but I really have nowhere to put this, and I just don't know if it would vibe with my style right now, but golly, it is gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? It's coming off much more red on camera. In person, it's very, very deep, very moody. These whiskey glasses are nice. I like these. Set of 4 for $25. A little steep for secondhand, but they are gorgeous. I am already in trouble. I just got here and have a pile started. Okay. Well, this will be interesting. Anyway, I saw some silver flatware over here. These ones are super tempting because they're like long dessert spoons or like parfait spoons, but I think I'm gonna pass on all of them. But gosh, these are really hard to pass up. I love silver, like flatware. Oh, this bamboo magazine holder is actually so cute. I really like that actually. Oh, here's the price. $21, not bad. This is one intricate bowl, silver bowl. It's interesting. I can't decide if I like it or if it's a little much. Another super cool silver. This one's like almost like a bowlish tray or like a very, very shallow bowl, but the the silver is coming off on the emblem in the center, so I'm gonna leave it behind, but this one's so cool. I found a couple blankets. This is a Pendleton blanket. Lands in Home by Pendleton for $45. I feel like that's such a good price. It's blue, and I've been kind of into blue a little bit more lately. And then back here too, I feel like I saw this one before. Maybe I didn't. But this is like a gorgeous wool blanket for $35. For fall, more texture. This one's actually Very tempting. That's such a good price. So is the Pendleton, but let me see the Pendleton again. It is much more like structured, a little bit more elegant looking. Like if you can see, this one's a little bit more textured. I don't know. I like them both, honestly. This would be such a good end of the bed blanket. That's so nice. Okay, I'm in one of my favorite booths. I always love to just look at the silverware, but this is one of the spots that the silverware is a little bit more pricey, so I don't think I'm gonna get any, but they're so good. And then look at these little cups. I thought these would be such cute little espresso mugs. Like shine them up and have that high shine silver, or even just put them on, I don't know, what could you put in these? Anything, like fill it up with berries and put it on a charcuterie, or I might be talking myself into getting those. I love them. I think they're so sweet. I think they're actually baby cups, but they don't have any engraving. I do have some baby cups at home, so I could just use what I have, but these are a little bit more the shape that I tend to go for. I don't know. I need to think about those. This is such a cool vase. It has like a silver base and then this little glass that you put in there. Yeah, it's just a vase. That's so cool. I like that. Very different. I have a thrift haul. I went thrifting yesterday and I actually did take you guys with me, but to be honest, there wasn't a ton to film other than the things that I got. So then I just figured I'd go home and do a haul. And I mentioned in another video that I needed to chill out on the trinkets and the like nickel and diming. But then I realized I really want to add some more layers to our home. And I really want to start using some of these thrift finds in our home more. So hopefully after I'm done filming this, whether it's today or tomorrow, I'm going to revive some of our spaces. I tend to decorate a space and it stays that way. Like I don't do a lot of rearranging. I tend to keep it. So I thought, you know what? I really want to add a little bit more of a layered look as much as I can in our space and plan on sharing that with you guys. But anyway, that's not today. Well, maybe that's in this video. But I did pick up a few items and I am so excited about these items. I think I did pretty good. Gotta say, I think I did pretty good. So, the first item is this ironstone dish. Now, I shared over on TikTok and Instagram this haul already, and someone said this was an old vegetable dish, which is super cool, but I plan on using it in my office here to store some of my paints. So right now I have my paints. I am painting right now. So to be fair, that's why they're out. But I thought it needs cleaned. Actually, all of this stuff needs cleaned and polished. But I thought about using this to store my oil paints because I have my acrylic paints in a basket and I have other things. But I thought I actually work with a very minimal palette and they could probably all fit in here. Let me show you. So I thought it would be cute to kind of store them in here. And I could use the lid. Maybe I might have too many paints. Well, maybe if I kind of, you know, squeeze it in there, it could probably work. Or I could keep it open face like this and use the lid as like an addition to a plate wall that I've been collecting for. So I don't know. I just thought it was cool. It was very much that like neoclassical vibe that I love and had to have it. It's just beautiful and you can tell it's really old. It has some imperfections in areas, but I don't mind that. I like a little imperfection here and there. So anyway, that's the first piece. Isn't that cute? Made in England. And here's like the detail. Actually, here's the label or the stamp. It kind of looks like a new stamp, so I don't really know how old this is. It looks old though. It really does look old. You know when something just looks old? I don't know, I just loved it. And I try to be really picky with the detail, and this just matched my picky. Anyway, I love that. Again, it needs some cleaning. It has some grime on it. Actually, after I'm done filming this, I think I'm gonna go polish and clean all of these items just to kind of be able to play with them. The next item I found is a julep cup. I know, I just bought that one from Amazon, which was fine because I wanted like an heirloom julep cup anyway. But then of course I would find one right after I made that order. But what I loved about this one is it's super simple. Has a little bit more of a cleaned line look. Typically you see like that beading that goes around the edge and down at the base, but this one didn't have that. And I thought, you know what, that's kind of cool to add to my other julep cup and to have something different so I don't have like the exact same, because I almost bought another one. Glad I didn't, because I found one thrifting. But these I feel like have been hard to find. I've been looking for, that's why I ended up getting the one from Amazon, is because I couldn't find one. But anyway, found, of course, that's how it happens. You buy one, then you find it. But got this, can't wait to shine this up. I think it's gonna be so pretty. I also thought maybe I could put my paintbrushes and things in it. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing with this, but had to have that. Okay, I got another silver tray that I did not need, but okay, here's the thing about the silver trays. When you see a shape or a detail that you like, get it, because trays are not hard to find. They are getting more expensive, I've noticed, but they're not hard to find, except if you're picky and you want like a specific detail, or you be picky about the detail, then they're harder to find. So when I found this one, I knew I was gonna get it. Not only do I like the detail, but it's the perfect size, same as the last one that I got. Not too small, not too big, just a good size, you know, especially for two people. So good for Zach and I. I could do a little charcuterie on here. I can do a couple wine glasses, do like a little serving situation, some dessert, whatever. I could use this for so many things. A lot of the trays I've been finding recently are quite big, and I needed some more small trays. So this is, I only have two this size, so I'm not being crazy. I have a few trays, but they're not, you know, this perfect size. Anyway, I loved that this one had a little bit more of that feminine edge to it, and this makes it a little bit more feminine, this detail in the center, which is not normally what I go for. So I kind of liked that, and I just thought that it juxtaposed other pieces that I have really beautifully. So I was excited when I found this. I walked around for a little while debating if I should get it because I have a few, and then I just thought, you know what, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. You can never have too many silver trays, again, for food, but also for decor. Gosh, you can use these for so many different things if you're taking food to someone's house, whatever. They are so versatile. They're so great. I was walking around the thrift store with that silver tray. That was the only thing that I got at the first location. And I thought, I'm gonna do one more loop around the thrift store just in case, because I tend to find something on that last little loop. And I did. I found something. I found, are you kidding me? Isn't this gorgeous? It says, here we go. This is what it is, the brand. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, I have been super into more unique plates. Also, I've been slightly collecting white plates for potentially a plate wall. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I have some ideas stewing. So if I do those ideas, I might do a plate wall. But I thought, you know, also, okay, look how gorgeous this would be. Okay, yes. But also, isn't this like the cutest little cookie plate? Like a couple chocolate chip cookies on here, and like have it on our little table scape. I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. Had to have it. I was so happy I took that extra loop. This was like a no-brainer. Yes, I'm buying that. I don't even care. It's gorgeous. And it's just unique. You know, these plates that are just have a little bit more of that detail and shape, unique. I feel like you can't just buy these anywhere, you know? So, had to get that. And then another one of those items that I was debating if I needed. I don't need a lot of this, but this little pedestal dish I thought was such a good size. I mean, I see bigger ones. In fact, I actually did get a little clip of a bigger one when I was out shopping. And I was just, one, the detail wasn't quite right, but also I feel like you do find those from time to time. But this smaller dish size with the pedestal, I thought was such a unique size. I thought this would be perfect for the coffee table. For the bar, I could fit like 3-4 limes on here, just perfect. Coffee table, put some matchbooks in here, whatever. I could use this for tons of different things. Perfect size. Loved that it was already pretty much polished up. And it just, again, was just one of those pieces. You know when you know. And this was a no, I know. I found this crystal ice bucket. I loved this when I saw it. I was like, oh yes, I love that. I have a couple cocktail mixing glass, like crystal glassware on my bar, but to have a little ice bucket I thought was just different because it doesn't have the spout, it has the little handles. I could put this out on our coffee table with a bottle of wine in here, create a little ambiance. And also I could use this for maybe storing my bar utensils, which is how I have my cocktail mixing glasses on the bar currently, or florals. This would be such a beautiful little floral vase. The options are endless. It's so beautiful. It does need a little cleaning, but I had to get this one. I did also find a bigger one. It was a little curvier, and I almost got it, and then I thought, you know, I don't need one that big right now. And it, like, I just liked that this one was a sleeker shape. And that one was curved, which was fine. It was pretty, but this was prettier. I also found this smaller little crystal container. And I didn't really know what I was gonna do with this. Maybe I thought about doing my cocktail picks in this. Or actually, over on Instagram or TikTok, I got a comment that said maybe cut some like lime, some garnish, and put it in here. Brilliant. Definitely will have to do that. But I don't know what it was about this. Had to have it. I could even use it, just put a little votive candle in here. I thought that was so pretty, but also I love that the pattern was similar but very different as well. So I loved the mixture of the two. And I felt like they were supposed to be mine. Okay. The last couple of items are, I think, some of my favorites. I just think that these are just so cool. These are wine bottle coasters. How amazing are these? I love that they have the wood insert, but then they're clad in silver. So I want to give them a shine because I think that it'll just make them look a little bit more, you know, chic. Can't wait to get these shined. I actually was super excited to film this video so I could shine some of these pieces. But I just thought these would be so pretty either on like a tablescape if I put a bottle of wine out or two. I could put them right on here and they just have that extra little detail, which I love. And I want to layer more. I've kind of realized that I collect a bit and I just need to kind of style and layer more. And I want to bring more styling to the channel and show more layering with my interiors. I've kind of struggled with that because I don't have a ton of surfaces and I've talked about that a ton, but I kind of want to challenge myself and see how I can work with what I have. So anyway, whether that is everyday use like my coffee table or a tablescape, I thought these would be really pretty. Again, on a tablescape, I could put a bottle of wine, you know, here and then down the table a little bit, or on the coffee table, a candle, or if I do, sometimes I turn our coffee table into a little experience for Zach and I at sunset, have wine, charcuterie, watch a movie. I could put a bottle of wine on this, even though, like, I can create that whole tablescape, if that makes sense. So, anyway, loved this. Got two of those, so excited. And then the last piece is, I think it's also a wine coaster, but this one's cool because it has a glass insert and then you have the silver piece separate, which you don't see that, well, maybe you do. I haven't seen this a ton, but anyway, can't wait to shine this up. This pattern is so me. I thought this was gorgeous, absolutely loved it. Very neoclassical, I think. So loved that, but what I thought I would use this one for, instead of a wine coaster, I thought maybe I could use this as a candle holder, always looking for a candle holder, Or I thought on the coffee table, put some hard candies, like some lemon drops, or maybe even just like some York peppermint patties, like a couple little candies. I don't know. I thought it was really cute. It'll be really cool around the holidays to bring out some of these vintage pieces to put some of my holiday candies in and layer in some of that holiday decor. This sort of thing in the like during the holiday season, I feel like is like it's time to shine. Also, this shirt is new. It's from Loft, and they actually sent it to me. I picked it out, but they sent it to me, and I love it. It's so good. I will link it here on the video and down in the description, but it is a little linen. Let me kind of push it down a little bit. It's a linen button up, and I have it tucked up underneath my bra, but it's so good. It's so good. I'm in a size medium. Such a good lightweight linen. It's like that gorgeous, gorgeous olive green with the white. It's so beautiful. Very, very high quality as well. I wanted to give you a little update on this bar light. I hate it. I need a different shade. It's like too much of the same. Like this distance is the same as this, is the same as the base. So I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to find a new shade that, and to be honest with you, this isn't even the shape I wanted. I wanted more of a coolie shape that was a little bit more modern. But I have to admit, I wanted something really bad. I settled, which is so not me, but I did. And now I regret it. So I'll end up spending more because it was $5.99 at World Market on clearance, and I thought, oh, that's the perfect size. I should get it. Yeah, well, not my smartest idea. I will show you though, what I ended up doing is getting this. So this is a little clip piece that clips around the bulb, and then you have it goes through this little hole, and then you can hold it up top, or excuse me, screw it on the top, and it just makes it so like you can use things like this, if that makes sense. Like you don't have to worry about the heart, or I struggled finding a shape because so many of them, they have nowadays where you can interchange your shade versus your lamp. Like if you go to any store, really, I went into At Home, World Market, they're all like this. And basically the shade hugs the lamp socket, so it goes down, so you can't use it for something like this. You need that finial, I think it's called a finial, the top, so you can do a clip piece like this. So it was hard to find, and I think that's why I settled. But it's not right. It's not right. Which is a bummer because I was really excited. When I placed the lampshade just on the candle base, it looked okay, but then once I put the lamp or the light bulb, it just is, it's like I said, too much of the same. So I'll be on the hunt for another, but for now it's fine. It adds another texture, it's okay. But I don't love it. I really don't love it. I need just something more modern. You know, I have to balance out, I have this old rustic cabinet down here, and then I have, like, I don't know, just some other pieces, and I just gotta balance it. Like I have some vintage pieces on the bar, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. And you know, when it doesn't feel right, it's not right. So anyway, I thought I'd update you because, yeah, that's the latest update on that. I got interrupted, so I couldn't, or I didn't get a chance to show you them all done, but they are gorgeous. Let me pull them up here. Okay, so the ice bucket is so much more sparkly now that it's all nice and clean. Look at how gorgeous. I do want to put this on the bar, I believe, and I just think it's just so stunning. I love the little handles. I love like that extra little detail. And then actually here, you can see next to each other. This one I was thinking about putting on the bar as well. The julep cup. Look how pretty. This thing was dark. I mean, I was like, wait, is this silver? And you can really tell because silver will tarnish in a way where it's kind of spotty, and there'll be areas that, unless it's like very tarnished where it's almost like a blue, very deep blue, that's gonna take some elbow grease, which this was pretty close to that, but look how pretty. It looks brand new. Love that. I was thinking about putting this one on my desk. And then the little bowl. I thought this would be really pretty for the coffee table, especially around the holidays, like Christmas. I could put some chestnuts in here and have that brown. I was gonna see if I had any brown, but like have the brown next to the silver, I think would be really, really beautiful. Or on the bar with some limes. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this one out right now, but definitely this will be on the coffee table at some point. These though, these are the star of the show. Look how pretty. I love these. I think these are so cool. So cool. And then this one too, this was very, very bad. I actually probably need to go over this one more time, but look how pretty that is. This is also a wine coaster. And then the plate looks the same, but I did wash it. And the tray. Oh, I do have the other piece too, the tray. So gorgeous. Okay, well, we took a little field trip to the thrift store. It's actually been about a week since I've been here. It's in this video. You would have seen me already go here, but I've been kind of gathering content for the past week. So it's been a week since I've been here, and I just have the itch. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is there? What am I missing? I gotta get in there, I gotta see. So I don't know what we're gonna find. I don't really know if I have anything in mind, but I'm just really feeling like I need to hit up the thrift stores today. So that's what we're doing. We're hitting them up. We're gonna see if we can find anything. I have been wanting some of like the white silverware. Those are really pretty, actually. They're the stainless steel. Can't talk. But so far in my cart, I have this pumpkin. It's $4, $4.50, I think. Let me see. $4.50. I thought that was a good price for that. And then these goblets, you guys, I'm losing my mind over these. Look how pretty. I really like those. And the base, everything about them are just perfect. There's 5 of them, but I don't like odd numbers, so I'm gonna get 4. I'm gonna look and see if there's another. Oh, that one's chips. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna look and see if I can find another one. Make sure I got the 4 best. I always try to check the rim, make sure none are chipped, check the base, thoroughly check them, and make sure they're in good shape. Aren't those gorgeous? I'm super excited about these. I think I'm gonna wash them and use them tonight. This lamp is actually kind of cool, this glass lamp. It's really big though, so I don't have a spot for it. $10 though. It's kind of glam. It's kind of cool. This is kind of a unique basket. $3.50. Good price. These look like they'd be good little dessert goblets, like a little tiramisu or ice cream or something, just an elevated dessert experience. I really like those. And then I found these salt and pepper shakers, silver plated tops, very beautiful. Okay, there's some good silver at this thrift store this time. These are kind of pretty, the little flowers, very elegant. And then I thought this would be such a good potato bowl. Isn't that pretty? Also some pretty crystal. This is fancy. This one is pretty too. This piece is actually kind of interesting. Okay, I kind of just blacked out there for a minute because I saw so much silver. Look how much I have down there too. I need to edit my cart and decide. So this piece right here is my favorite, but I don't know if I want to spend $4 on that one piece. You know what I mean? Even though I'm buying all the rest, I don't love them. So I think I'm going to put that back. Same with this. I think I'm going to put these back. I'm like already over the budget I gave myself. I think I'm going to put these back, even though I love that intricate one. And I think I'm going to put these back because I'm not obsessed with the detail of the ones in the back, and I don't know if I want to spend $4 on pretty much this one in the front. Love these trivets, but look at the back. I don't know if I can get that out, so I'm gonna leave them behind, but look how beautiful. This is cool for like outdoor dining. Little wine cooler, it's terracotta. That's cool. This coverlet is beautiful, $8.99. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I don't need it right now, especially because I am going to embrace our bedding right now until I swap it out for fall, but this is really pretty. I do see these from time to time, so that's why I don't feel like the urge to get it, but it's gorgeous. I thought I scored on these, but I don't think they're vintage, so I'm going to put these back. I have no idea what this is, but I feel like it would be something cool, kind of spendy. I think I'm going to Google Lens and see what this is. Okay, I found it on Google Lens. It says it's an vintage oil lamp, but I would never use it, so I'm going to leave it behind. But how pretty. I feel like if it were shined up, this would be kind of like a cool piece of... Actually, this could be really cool in like a gentleman's room. That'd be cool. If it were less expensive, I think I'd get it, but it's just kind of pricey. This is actually such a good vase, like outdoor vase. Put a pillar candle in there. It's $4.50. Oh, it's good, but I just feel like we won't use it that much, so I'm gonna leave it behind, but I might regret it. I love the organic lip of it. Oh, that is good. Home from the thrift store, and I found some treasures. So first, I didn't get a ton of things, but I got a few things. First, I got quite a few of these coasters. You guys know I love these coasters. These ones are a little bit more shallow and a little bit different than my others, but I had to have them. You know, it's one of those things when you love something and then you start seeing it, you want them all. That's kind of how it is with these. They're so good for not only using for coasters, but also for candles or little ring dishes or whatever. You like, the options are endless. These are one of those staple pieces that are just cool to have. So I got those. And then I got the glasses. So I washed this one up just to have it pretty on camera. I loved these. I generally don't go for this more like bulbous print, but it wasn't like the flower. It had like the little center, and then I liked the etching down the middle, or the stripes. Do you see that? I thought these were so pretty, but what was so cool about these is the base of these look exactly like some of the more modern version of these French wine glasses, but these are vintage. So I was like, ooh, these were probably a little ahead of their game. And maybe they are like newer, I don't know, but I think they're vintage. Anyway, I try not to buy glassware because I have so much unless it's really special. So like those wine glasses I just got from Amazon, those were really special and I had to have them. Same with this. I just had to have these. I love etching. It just adds a little bit of flair to the table or to the drink. Let me see. Oh, they're so good. I love them. And seeing them in here with like some of my other stuff, they're perfect. Like, look at them next to this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Then I found a small silver dish that's very tarnished. I always pick these up when I see them because they, again, are kind of like those coasters. They're good for a lot of things. I've used these for Zach and I when we did our little tablescape in Oregon. I put berries in them. You could put a candle in them. You could use it as a ring dish, jewelry dish. You could use it as a matchbook holder on a coffee table. So many different things. You can put some hard candies in this, put it on a coffee table. The options are endless. And even like a dinner table, you know, if you have, what would be small that you can kind of nibble at. The only thing I will say, I don't put olives in these because not silver, but I put olives in a brass dish and it ruined the dish. So don't do olives, but anything like that. You could put some, you know, pistachios in here. Some, literally almost anything can go in this. And it just adds a little bit more to the table and to the vibe. I really, really, really love these. They're just so good. So if you see these, pick them up because they're good. And then the last, oh, no, I forgot. I don't know if I showed this to you because I saw it. I did my last little loop and I was like, what is that? So I grabbed it and I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I have something similar to this. And then I Google lensed it and it's a little coffee steeper. I just thought this was so cool. So you put your coffee in here and, or maybe even your tea, I don't know. And then you pour hot water and you just let it seep. You put your mug underneath here. Should have bought those mugs. Should have bought those mugs. Dang it. Anyway. This is so cool. I thought it was just so unique, so different. I have never seen anything like this. So it was an immediate yes for me. Isn't that so good? I love it. It's so good. And then the last thing I bought, I think I did show you at the store, but I did buy that pumpkin. I love the fantasy pumpkins around Thanksgiving. They're my favorite pumpkins. They just, I don't know, they just look a little bit more elegant to me. And I bought a real one last year and put it in our Airbnb. And I obviously will buy real ones this year. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get this and paint it. Probably white. I just felt like I don't have any faux pumpkins, but this one I just, for some reason, I couldn't pass it up. So I got that. And then that is it. I didn't do a ton, but I got some good treasures, I think. So
I would say we were good together.